Hey, good evening. Welcome to another edition of No Plays Off Sports Talk, episode number 78. I am your fantastic host, yours truly, Miss Ballin' D. Gotta say good evening to my fabulous co-host, my better half of No Plays Off Sports Talk, Mr. Kevin Ray. What's up, Kev?
Ballin', what's the word?
I'm feeling good, man. It's warming up outside.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
This is what I moved here for.
Yeah, brother.
We're talking about 90s on the weekend.
90 degrees on Saturday. I'm all for it. You know, they say when you're born and raised in Las Vegas, you never really get used to this entire heat thing, which is absolutely true. Been here 38 years, and I'm still not used to it, but I would take the heat any day of the week over that cold weather. I cannot.
How you been here 38 years? You only 35.
I wish I was only 35. I wish I was only 35. If I can go back to being 35, I would do a whole lot of strange things, you know.
That's what they say. We do some strange things
for a little change, man. How you feeling, brother? Got to do my studio check, my buddy check. You all right?
Dude, I'm doing so good.
Okay.
I cannot complain. The heat come. I might even pull out the smoker ball.
Okay, we gonna put some on the grill.
All right.
Okay.
I ain't. Kim called me. She was like, "I'm at the store. You need to get something." I'm like, baby, you see some ribs in there?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I might pull out the smoker. She said they wasn't on sale, so she could get it.
Nah. You know
Kim's
what?
She's a sale.
I don't blame her.
Anything on sale, she getting.
The stuff is so high. I went to the store earlier today, and I saw a bag at Costco's, chicken wings, $35 for a bag of chicken wings. I'm like, oh no, we won't be flopping no chicken wings this weekend.
What, they the whole chicken wings?
They the party wings. $35.
No, see, that ain't the whole chicken. I need the whole chicken wing. I don't want
can't do the whole chicken.
the whole chicken wing, like the whole thing.
Flopping the flat feathers and
Yeah. Just pull that. Yeah, you can't.
Oh, nah.
Oh, I need the whole wing. I can't do them little at home. Now you go to the bar, I get the buffalo wing.
All right. That's what's up, brother. Great weekend I had. I don't know about yours. I had a chance to go up to Tucson, Arizona, and check out our UNLV Lady Rebels, man, as they were competing in the NCAA tournament versus Arizona.
I'm sure we're gonna talk about that game.
We're gonna talk about that game, man. I got a chance to do a road trip with Miss Amber. That was very interesting, for sure, to say the least. I look over. I'm like, "Oh, you sleep? Okay, all right. That's what we doing."
What, you supposed to drive?
I was driving. She was supposed to do the driving.
Right,
so
you could.
Okay, all right. I see how this is going to go.
That's how I go. Yeah,
that's how it's going to do. Yeah. Well, we are here. We got another great guest. What did you do over the weekend?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to do the Little League, but I didn't want to do that one. I'm going to do the one on April 9th, which is the opening day.
Okay, all right. This one was just a fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got to go down and see Mario and them. I'm going to do that. But the weekend was fine. It's regular. Did a little shopping for the chip. We're going on the chip.
The chip, the championship,
the chip, the boat,
the ship.
Oh, the
cruise.
I changed it to the chip. Okay,
okay.
Like, we going on the chip. All right, we taking over the chip. That's right.
All right.
But real quick, I know the show is loaded like it is every Wednesday. We always have the best guests. But I got to tell you this story.
Okay.
My granddaughter made 6 today.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yes, Olivia Dyer.
Happy birthday, Olivia.
We have to tell you this story.
Okay.
She was so excited that it was her birthday. She didn't want to go to sleep. She finally fell asleep. She woke up at 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
At 2:10 a.m. and went and woke everybody up and said it's her birthday.
That's right. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Pawpaw, get up. It's my birthday.
She's 6.
Yeah. That's how she do it.
She just made 6.
Happy birthday, Olivia. Happy birthday, Olivia. Now, I know you tomorrow you'll be inside the locker room, I hope.
I'll most definitely be inside the locker room.
And I know you have this singing rendition that you do inside the locker room.
We have to sing Happy Birthday.
You have to do that. Yeah.
It's
a must. That's a must for sure. Yeah. Great show we got lined up. Before we get into it, we definitely want to appreciate you all for joining us on the show, of course.
Tell them where they can find us.
You can find us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at No Plays All Sports Talk. Actually, on Twitter, it's plays_off, but on Instagram and Facebook, it's No Plays All Sports Talk. If you want to send us an email, you want to be a sponsor on the show, you want to give us some feedback, we take constructive criticism very well. You can email us.
Yeah.
We talk about it.
Right.
We get better around here.
Yeah.
You can send us an email to noplaysallsportstalk@gmail.com. Make sure you follow our broadcasting network, Gorilla Cross. You can take us 24 hours a day, wherever you like to go. They do some great programming here on the network. You can download the free app. You can just take it from your Apple Store, your Google Play Store, and download the Gorilla Cross app. It is free 99. I believe friends should support friends. We ask that you please share our live feed. Maybe you're not a big fan of sports, but maybe someone on your page, or you just want to support the cause. You want to support myself. You want to support Kev. You want to support the Gorilla Cross network. Please share our live feed. It costs you absolutely nothing to share. We certainly want to appreciate you in advance for that. Kev, we are here. It's episode 78, man. I see you have on a very interesting shirt and hat attire this evening.
You like that?
I do like that. Is that the new Michael Jordan race team? Is that right?
That's Bubba.
Bubba.
You know Bubba?
Bubba.
That's Bubba.
Okay.
And Mike is
He's the owner, right?
Right.
Okay.
And you said, Cab, we're going to have on, some racing. I'm like, all right, I got a little something for that.
Yeah, you can get into it.
Yeah. And, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. And,
all right.
I'm a Bubba fan, so we're going to do it.
Let's do it then.
But right now, you want to pull them up now?
Yeah, man. Let's get into our guest. A little backstory. We'll give that story when he joins. So we're going to welcome to No Plays All Sports Talk, episode number 78.
Let's see if he know what this is.
He is a 3-time NHRA Top Fueler champion. He is the only African-American champion in the league in the sport of NHRA drag racing. We're going to welcome Mr. Antron Brown to the show. Good evening to you, Mr. AB. How you doing, sir?
Welcome, Antron. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm thrilled to be on. And, when I come out to Vegas, you know how we like to do.
That's right.
And I see old Kev over there rocking that Jordan that 2311 Jordan Hamlin mix.
You know about that, huh?
Yeah, me and Bubba go way back, man.
Right.
I remember when Bubba first started racing, and we work out a lot together, and we're Toyota teammates, man.
Man,
that's how we do it.
Antron, Antron, I got to tell you this, man. I'll put it out there real quick. I'll sport what I get.
Uh-oh.
I got you. Let me show you that tire, man.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
That's beautiful.
That's nice.
Hold on.
I like that, too.
Look.
Boy, hey, you look like a professional model, man.
Okay, we see you.
AB in the back, I like that.
We see you.
Yeah, you look like a professional model there, man.
Are you a large, extra large, or a small, medium large? Because we got fitted stuff over here.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We don't give you the snapback, baby.
No.
The good quality stuff.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
So this is the good AB, of course, not the troublesome AB. This is the good guy AB. Don't get it twisted and confused. So real quick, Antron, I know your time is very limited. I know you're on the East Coast, so we're just gonna get right into it, man. Take us to that journey where you got involved in your passion for racing. Of course, you are NHRA drag racing, or shall I say, before we do that, break down the difference with drag racing versus pro stock, in which you originally started in pro stock, correct?
Yes, actually, a lot of people don't realize, but they just know me from Top Fuel because I've been racing now. This is my 14th season. But before that, I raced motorcycles. I was on the Two Wheel Warriors, which was pro stock motorcycles. So I grew up on motorcycles. That's what I knew. Like, from the street to the track. I actually went from the dirt first to the street bike to the drag track to racing pro stock motorcycle. And my first team owner was Troy Vincent. So Troy Vincent used to be the Philadelphia Eagles defensive back, 6-time Pro Bowler, and now everybody knows him as like the executive vice president of the whole NFL football league. And he was my first team owner, and that's what got me into the sport of drag racing to where I'm at. But pro stock bike basically is just a stretched out motorcycle, and basically you have like a 60-inch wheelbase. And you go from 0 to 60 in less than a second. And now them cats are going over 200 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Yeah.
In 6.6 seconds, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, when I got off the bike, we was going 6.9 seconds, which was blazing fast.
And they didn't drop too.
They got to a whole new level.
Those some bad bikes, too, man.
Yeah. Those are nice.
Those are some bad A bikes.
Oh, absolutely. Talking about a bike that has over 400 horsepower. That sits between your legs, normally aspirated. That's what it means by pro stock. It's no turbos, no nitrous, no superchargers, no pro chargers, just all engine and just work out. And you got to get it to the ground and get to the finish line and make it happen with no seatbelts, no roll cages.
Yeah. Oof. Now, how much one of them bikes cost me? I'm not one, but of the estimated price for one of them.
For a pro stock bike now these days, I want to say probably if you put a bike together, you're looking at in the vicinity of about 150 grand.
Wow.
To put one all together.
Wow.
For sure. And then you got parts on top of parts that you got to keep up with and keep
tires
that
and
top performance is like parts that get traded in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you did that from 1998 to 2007, in which you transferred to what you are involved in now in Top Fueler, drag racing. And now what was it in regards to the switch that you decided you wanted to try something different? You wanted to transfer?
Well, as a kid growing up around the sport, just with my dad and uncle, they were drag racing before I was born. So the first thing you always see when you go to the show, they said, we're going to a national event. That means you come to see like the players come play.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
The
this
ballers.
Like pro stock bike was like college. Like when you go to Top Fuel or Funny Car, you going into the like NFL or you going into the NBA.
The big leagues.
This is the big leagues. Like you coming out and you coming up to show out and win. You know what I mean? So I never thought that, for one, for me just to make it to the pro ranks and getting pro stock motorcycle, that was a dream fulfilled because I come from a hardworking family background. Like our family, like we worked hard, we played hard, but we were no millionaires by any means to say, hey, we're going to go Top Fuel racing. You know what I mean? We couldn't do it. And I never thought and saw myself getting there because I know the road to there was so hard. And you have to have somebody believe in you. But when I was out there racing bikes, that was the goal. It was like, man, if I could only just drive a Top Fuel or funny car one time, what would it be like?
Yes, yes.
You gotta remember, these things are land rockets. These are the fastest accelerating vehicles on the planet.
Fast.
So to give you an example, everybody knows NASCAR. You see circle track racing. Those cars make about 850 horsepower, right? Well, 850 horsepower is a lot of power.
That's right.
Well, our race cars, we make close to 12,000 horsepower.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
We make 16,000 foot-pounds of torque. So let me put that in perspective for you.
Break it down.
So what I'm saying is the space shuttle taking off don't out-accelerate our cars in a straight line. A jet plane being catapulted off an aircraft carrier, if it could do what we do, it could take off in half the distance of the aircraft carrier. So what I'm saying is we go from 0 to 100 miles an hour in 0.8 of a second.
Wow.
You get what I mean? So what that means is when you step on the gas pedal,
you got to go.
Whether you like it or not, you let off, you went 100 miles an hour.
You got to go. Up to 300 miles per hour that they get. That's absolutely insane. And we were talking off air about what it all takes. And when you have the moment we talk about the heat in Vegas and the track, there's different elements in regards to the different racetracks. And the hotter it is, the better it is for competition. Is that right?
Well, when it gets hot outside, it all depends. It's like you can go overboard, you go underboard. But I can give an example, like the best premium conditions you can have is if it's like 75 degrees outside, 70 degrees outside, or even 68 degrees outside, somewhere in that ambient temperature, and the track temp does not get over 100 degrees. If you keep the track temp around 90 degrees, then it makes the rubber on the racetrack prime time where it has a little give, but it has a lot of traction. Once you start getting that track temp up over 100 degrees, like 110, 120, 130, the track conditions just get more gooey and gummy, and it makes the track get oily and it gets slippery where you can't go fast because you can't apply the clutch quick enough. You can make the power to go fast, but the track can't handle how much you want to throw down to it because it's overheated. Okay. And the same thing if the track gets too cold.
Gotcha. It is funny, a backstory. When I became a fan of Antron Brown, is my stepfather. He's a huge drag racing fan. Him and my mom would come to town, and he would go to the drag races twice a year that they come here to Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And one year he was like, "Come on, let's go." We went as a family. Him, my brother, we all went, and we went. We experienced it. And I was just like, at this time you were on the pro stock, you were on the motorcycle. And I became amazed. I was like, oh my gosh, I was drawn in. I became a huge fan of yourself as well as Erica Enders, who was also a driver at the time as well. And all I can remember is at the end of the race, my stepdad was like, come on, let's go back here. I'm like, where are we going? He took us to the back trailers in the row where you all have the trailers. And your pit was just like completely wide open, and I could touch you. And I mean, I became a huge fan because him and his crew pit, they were calling people in, like very personal. And from then on out, I was a huge Antron Brown fan. So I seen him working at the airport. Him and his crew, I believe, was coming in. They were going to Sacramento, I believe it was. They had a through flight here in Las Vegas, and I'm checking the names off, like, who are you to know who's off the plane? So he tells me his name is Antron Brown. I'm like, I asked his a partner that was with him.
That's a unique name, too.
Yes, there's not too many Antron Browns.
Right.
So I asked his partner, I said, is that the Antron? He go, yeah, that's him. And immediately he was very personal. His wife as well was very personal. We had a whole conversation.
Wow.
A couple weeks ago, I saw him back again, and we had a conversation. He told me he was going to have his people connect with me. But that's the type of person that Antron is. And not only are you a great performer on the track as well, but a lot of people talk about your big personality and how you are such a good example for the youth, and how you inspire the youth, and how you make that personal to inspire the next generation. Why is that so important for you, Antron?
It's very important because when I see all the youth and I see the kids around, especially at the racetrack, I see them, I see myself again.
Yes.
Because I was that kid that when I was at the racetrack and I saw my heroes like Big Daddy Don Garlits, he was like the Michael Jordan of drag racing when I grew up as a kid. He had the name Big Daddy.
Yes.
And he won championships back to back, all this other things, but he worked on his car. His work ethic was impeccable. Any champion, they have work ethic. So when I was growing up as a kid, that ticket, like you talked about, Ball, like you talked about, is all access.
Absolutely.
And when I was a kid, they let me in the pit just like I was letting the people in my pit. And it gave me that ray of hope because I could see myself being there one day. And when I saw myself there, I was like, this is where I want to be. And I know what I got to do to get here. You know what I mean? And all it is for me is just giving that back, because I'm looking at the younger generation and say, hey, I see myself right in them and say, you could be right here where I'm at. Yes. I am no different. But if you just have that passion, that drive, and trust me, it's not easy. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. And I'm not going to tell you if you work hard, you're going to make it.
It's tough.
I'm going to be real with you. If you put yourself out and around it, you will get that opportunity, because that's what happened to me. I showed up at those races just like you did with pit. Every ticket's all access. Ain't no special pit pass. And I built relationships. And when I got my foot in the door, I worked hard and I prepared myself. And when that opportunity came, I was ready to jump on it. And when I jumped on it, I wasn't letting it go.
You was head in.
That's right. And then once I got to that next step, I was like, what's next? Well, I'm here. Don't get comfortable. Get uncomfortable.
That's right.
I'm going to get uncomfortable again. So I was like, all right, well, now I started owning my own pro stock bike team. Then I went and raced for the U.S. Army for all those years, over 6 years on the pro stock motorcycle. And then I was with the Army, went through basic training, learned all that stuff. And they was telling me about, I was looking at how I tell these soldiers, believe in yourself and never settle.
That's right.
In life. And I'm like, well, why am I settling in pro stock motorcycle? Why don't I try to achieve something that I never thought that was possible? Why can't I drive a funny car or a top fuel car? Why can't I be there? The only person that's telling me that I couldn't be there
is you.
Was myself.
That's right.
So after that, I started telling people, you know what? It didn't happen right away. It took me the last 6 years of my pro stock bike career for somebody to finally give me a chance. But I was that squeaky wheel. I let people know. And finally, somebody came and gave me a little oil on that squeaky wheel.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. To give me that chance. And when they gave me that chance, boy, I was ready. You took off. Boy, I had thousands of mental reps. I came in there like King Kong. That's right. That's right.
Okay, Mr. Brown, let me ask you this. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3 kids. I do. Just call me AB, Kev. Call me.
I got you. I got you because earlier you said your dad and your uncle kind of like inspired you to do this. Yes. in a game where there's not too many African Americans, do you see this changing? Do you see little kids that want to come down in the pit that
look like us,
that have our color,
diversity in it? Well, one thing that I can tell you, in bowling, you should know when you come out to the races. That's one thing where drag racing is totally different than all the other sports like circle track and everything. Drag racing has always been rich in diversity.
Yes.
Like, think about this. My dad and uncle are 70 years old. And when I grew up at the racetrack and you go to the grassroots race at the local drag races, you see everybody there. You see the Hispanics there.
Yep.
You can see the Indian. You can see the Haitians, the Jamaicans. You can see us. You can see white people. And people came out because you could race anything. You don't have to have big money to drag race. You come out and drag race a station wagon, a Chevette.
That's funny.
People used to build Vegas.
Yeah.
Mazdas. People used to build like race cars out of junkyard cars with small block engine combinations and go out and have fun. That's what my dad and uncle did.
Yeah. That's what we did. I mean? That's what we did in Chicago on Doty Road.
Just get down the track.
Get down, bet $100 in a station wagon.
And go.
I beat a Monte Carlo one time. I got that $100 and got the heck up out of there.
Go.
In my daddy's station wagon.
That's it.
With the sizzle with that $100, didn't you?
Yeah. That was big money back then, man. I was like 17 years old. Wasn't supposed to be over there.
Yeah.
And you're right. Everybody was there. And I know when they started building the stocks and they got to like 16s, like in the quarter, they thought they were doing something. You know what I mean?
They thought they were fast.
Right.
You were 12 seconds. You had a beast back then.
Right.
You were 12 seconds.
Right. 16s, they thought they was doing something.
Exactly.
Baby. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, but you see what I mean? And that's always been the misconception, because drag racing's always been on a different level, because there's so many drag races in small neighborhoods in inner cities, everywhere. Where I grew up in New Jersey, we had a drag strip in Acco that's right across the bridge from Philly, so all the Philly boys used to come.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Englishtown, which was North Jersey, and all the boys come from New York. So it was just wherever you at is a drag racetrack, and it doesn't cost no money to go. You spend $10-15 and you show up at the strip and you get it on. Now, on the pro side of things was a different story because it's just like NASCAR. It's big money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you're seeing a lot more of them out. You're seeing a lot more out of it. It's getting more diverse because we are moving up through the ranks, and we get a lot of respect for our talent. But just like any other sport right now, is finding those marketing partners to bring aboard. There's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of Bubbas out there. There's plenty of people like myself out there. But the thing about it is that you only see it where it's needed at. You get what I mean?
Facts.
Like NASCAR gets that realm because it's hard to get there because there's not a lot of circle tracks or go-kart tracks all over the place. And when you get your kids in it to be competitive, you got to spend over $50,000 a year.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive sport.
Kids go-kart racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I didn't. Like, you know what I mean? I grew up on dirt bikes. You buy it for $2,000, and that was expensive.
You make it
and
work.
You change tires like every 5 races and put gas in it. My kids race junior dragsters.
Nice.
Very cheap and affordable. You get them, you can do it yourself. You spend $5,000, and all you gotta do is change the oil in them bad man pajamas. You ain't gotta change nothing else. Change the oil every weekend.
Let's go.
So, and go. So that's what makes it so hard to circle track race, is just the entry level is so expensive to be competitive, to get noticed, to go somewhere. Where drag racing, you got men, you got women, you've got every nationality and every culture out there doing it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We got women world champions. We got Hispanic, we actually had a girl that was half Jamaican, half Mexican, Peggy Llewellyn, and she was out there winning races.
Going. Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Angel. You know, Angel Drago's out there.
Yeah.
3-time world champ. She's a Cajun French from Louisiana.
Getting it.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Getting it.
Yeah.
So we have plenty deep culture. Michael Phelps won pro stock motorcycle. Harry Lartigue was out there. I mean,
J.R. Todd. He another one as well. J.R. Todd.
Steak Perdone, who's a champion from back in the day. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, he was mixed. You know what I mean? He was Creole or Cajun, like French, and mixed with some Indian or whatever it is like that. So we have a lot. Shirley Muldowney won championships back in the 70s as a female in drag racing.
Yes. Yeah. That,
You know
when
what
I
mean? So
talk
our
about
sport's
females.
always been the trailblazer paving the way, but a lot of people just don't know the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why we're here to spread that story.
Get it? Yeah. When my stepdad introduced me to the whole thing, I also wanted to see the entire John Force show. Whenever John Force would take the track, you knew you had to be right there front row and center, because his entire team, including him, was going to give you an entire show. But that was part of the entire experience that the drag racing culture gives you. I mean, even when I got attracted to Ashley Force and her entire journey, and, you know, seeing the success that she had, but I would go to the fence to see John Force and his crew, because it was very personal. He would walk around, he would wave. I mean, I know you got a chance to see it, you know, first up close and personal, but it was a whole experience when John Force is on the track.
Well, John's the Mecca, 16-time world champ. But the thing about it is his story.
Yes.
And that's what pushed me in, and that's where our work ethic came from. My family owned a septic tank business and excavating. That's what we did. Okay. John's background, what a lot of people don't realize, is what made him so successful, why that man worked so hard till this day. He was a truck driver for a living. He was a logger. He used to live in a trailer home, and built a multi-million-dollar empire in drag racing because the man would not stop working. Let people in, arms wide open, never forgot where he comes from. He fights like he has no money, like when he did before he had no money.
Yeah.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't take one day for granted. And that's what I took from John Force. And that's how I got to where I'm at, that I never stopped working.
Yeah. Yeah. You say what's next step for AB, but this year you kind of stepped out of your own comfort zone and you started your own race team. Tell us, what was your mission and goal when you decided, you teamed up to have a conversation with your wife. She said she was tired of writing all these checks. So you wanted to start your own race team, AB Motorsports. How did that all come about, and what's your goal for that ultimately?
Well, the number one goal for me is to create opportunity. I know what it was like to depend and try to break down those doors and break down those barriers. And if I could be a bridge, and what we do is we partner up with a college down there in El Paso, Texas called Western Tech. It's a technical college, and we actually are doing things with them where we have an internship program where we have kids that can go through their school, do a high performance program, learn how to work on nitro cars, and we could be their bridge to bring these young students out of college and put them in the real world at an internship. But then while they're out there, we show them how to build relationships so they can get a job once they graduate and do what they want to do. And then also we're partnering up where we can go into the cities around the tracks that we're in and talk to some of the inner city kids and some of the inner city schools that don't have the opportunities to see what motorsports is really about, and tell them, hey, you don't have to just do stick and balls. You could stick and ball sports. You could do motorsports, whether you want to work on it, drive it. You could do graphic design. You can actually do hospitality, which is chef, food prep, and actually sponsor engagement. And we can show them the whole inner workings on what we do in the race industry and show them, hey, these are opportunities. You like to travel? You like to see different things? You like to work on tomorrow's technology today? This is how we do it. And we could show them that's what AB Motorsports is about. It's about bridging that gap and open that door for people to see the opportunity that I got to see through my dad and uncle when I was young, but we want to bring it to them. And so they can see it in person, showing up with the show car, showing up what it's all about, and how the STEM subjects, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics play a big part in what we do, not just on the racetrack, but off the racetrack on the business forefront. And that was the whole thing for me to start AB Motorsports, so I can take my family and build a legacy for them, but also pave the way for others that have that same dream and have that sparkle and that determination in their eyes and their heart. And I can open it up and give them a road to get there. Okay. And that's why I formulated this.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. So we know April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you guys going to be here doing your thing. Is there going to be somewhere where the fans can come out and meet you?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, in his pit.
Absolutely. We're going to be at the racetrack, and every ticket's a pit pass. We'll be out there Friday at the Strip in Las Vegas. And I mean, you can get a GA ticket. And when you come in, you can walk right in and see us up close and personal. And this is one of those deals. If you've never been, trust me when I tell you, we have all kind of people that show up, from NFL, NBA stars to like celebrities that come out. And when they come out, they are hooked and they keep coming out. We had all type of people from my whole career, like Mike Tyson. We like,
he might be there.
All kinds of people come out. And when they come out, football players, I mean, they come out and they see it and they're like, I didn't know it was like this.
Yeah.
Because we reach out and touch you. And when you see it, you're a fan for life.
Yeah.
You're like, that's unreal. That's not even right what we do.
Yeah. It's dope, man. And trying to, a lot of people know you as the big, fuel or the big dragster driver, but you do something outside of that. You do a little acting as well. A lot of people don't know. You've had some series work. I know. Just talk about that and how that kind of just gives you something else to do. And you're also passionate in that as well. You did a series with Idris Elba. Was that, you had something to do with that?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually did a deal on the BBC with Idris Elba, and it was his show called Idris Elba No Limits. And he did like a 6-series show. I did a whole series, like a whole show with him, like a whole show that was on air for like an hour. And I actually taught him how to drag race, the super comp race. And I actually raced a race with him driving a car. And I was his coach, and a real cool, down to earth brother. Really, really cool, humble, blessed. and he showed me a lot. And he's got what it takes to do whatever he wants to do. That's why he's so successful.
Yes.
And yet he's so humble. And then I got to do a deal with William Fitchner also, where we actually did a deal like a Top Gear America.
Yes.
So I actually did a full-blown stint for a whole series, racing and doing. I lived out of bag for 6 months filming a show and racing, where I hardly ever went home, and it was crazy. And of course, I always did commercials and did other things, and always did commercials and stuff like that. But I just have fun what I do. No matter what I do, as you could tell, it's not going to be a bad day.
You got to enjoy life.
I love your energy.
Yeah,
I love it.
For sure. So are there any, we talked about real quick, because I know you got to get out of here, but you talked about off air how your last race, you know, things didn't go the way that you wanted to. And just like in everything else in life, when adversity hits, what are some of the biggest challenges that you've had to face starting your own race team with AB Motorsports that you know, kind of made you seem like, okay, this may not be the right thing for me? But how did you get over those challenges? Because I'm sure, you know, you see things in a different light now that you have your own actual team.
Well, I think that one of the biggest challenges is I'm always a people person. You know what I mean? And when you come into a team, we actually is pretty much 12 of us all together that work in the shop. And we're all over the place. But the thing about it is just managing and trying to build something special. You get what I mean? And I know it takes time and it takes patience. But the thing about it is that I can tell you one thing is that when you start a company from the ground up fresh, the hardest part is to get that balance, because you got to get all the stuff in. And when you start up, it's so hard to keep the income up with the outgoing cash. Like your incoming hole is like this big.
Yes.
And your outgoing hole is like that big. You get what I mean? And
yes.
You're like, oh Lord. And you're like, and you're trying to keep it there. You start off with a checkbook that's like about 6 inches thick, and that sucker's down to 2 inches thick in 2 months. And you're like, oh, I can never write that many checks. And there's some big checks.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, and it's just trying to figure out how to balance that and keep all that stuff flowing and going right. And you have a big investment, and to get everybody on the same page to think on your level, because I hired all of our people not for me to tell them what to do. You hire them because you want an all-star crew where it's okay. They got to go out and make decisions. If they make mistakes, that's how we all grow. And I know that from all the years I've been racing, is when we get better is when we make mistakes and we learn what mistakes not to make to get better. But you can't be afraid to make that mistake. So for me, the main thing was letting go and say, hey, this is you guys. This is yours. This is yours. And I want you to do this. And hey, if you mess up, and I'm going to fire you, but we just got to figure out a solution to make it better, because if I'm doing this and doing that and doing that, I can't do what I need to do. So that's been the biggest learning curve, and for me, because I'm a perfectionist, for me to let go. But I knew I needed to let go so I could be more efficient at what I need to do.
That can be hard.
And, it's hard. And even when I work side by side by my wife, because I've been racing for all these years, my wife been at home taking care of the family. And now we're working every day with each other.
So
she was the boss then, and she's the boss now.
Yeah, she's the ultimate boss now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Kev.
Believe me, I know what you said.
You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Hey, before we let you go, man. Let me ask you a question. Now, when you come in town, I want to take the car out for a ride. Like, I want to go to the club and,
oh no,
you know, I just want to pull up. Pop, 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 pop,
as the kids say, pull up on them.
You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. Let me know where I can pick it up at, man.
Hey, Ken, let me tell you something. You ain't going to be able to take that bad boy to the club. It runs on nitromethane, brother, and that stuff is $40 a gallon.
Oh, no, yeah. I can't even take my truck right now.
$4.79 was high.
Okay.
And remember this. Our car don't get 30 miles to the gallon. We get we actually get 50 gallons. We burn 50 gallons to the mile.
Wow. Wow. Rethink that.
There you go.
That.
That's what you talking about, writing them checks.
Yeah,
them some big checks. Right.
Those checks. AB, man, we know your time is limited. We appreciate you for taking the time to join us on the show just to share a little bit of your amazing story. Congratulations on all your success and continue to inspire the next generation, man. And great things are ahead for you. We wish you nothing but the best with AB Motorsports. And me and Kev, we're going to meet you out at the track. We're going to be down there and hope to see you face to face again.
Hey, Kev, and look, Miss Ball and D, you know, I got nothing but love for y'all when y'all come out. When you come out, I'm going to have something for you.
There it is. There it is.
Wait, hold on. Let me take this one off already.
We got to show up.
I got a ball head for it, man.
yeah, baby. Come on. Hey, people tell me all the time, the good Lord made two types of heads. Heads like me and yours, and then the messed up ones that got hair on.
Right. That's the messed up head. I like that one.
Yeah. AB, real quick, I know you are very active on your social media platforms. Go ahead and give that information, how we can grab some new fans who want to follow your amazing journey and see what AB has in store coming up in the future.
Hey, you can follow me all the time on Instagram, and you know it. You see around the bottom at Antron Brown TF. That's on Instagram. You can follow me at Antron Brown on Facebook. Got a fan page. Same thing on Twitter. And I'm not on the TikTok yet, but we're going to work on that. We got a TikTok deal. I'm going to start showing my deals because brother got a little moves.
That's right.
So, you know, I got little moves. But,
I love it.
We're going to make it happen. But I want to see y'all out at the racetrack April 1st through the 3rd. Come see me.
What day you think we should come?
Check it out.
The first is what? Saturday?
The first, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
What you want to do? You want to do Saturday?
Let's do Saturday.
We're going to do Saturday. What time should we be there?
Saturday is always a good day, which is the 2nd. And but you can't go wrong on Friday either. But the 2nd, we got 2 qualifying runs, and it's a qualifying show, and then we can bring you in and give you a first class look inside the race trailer and everything. Bring your phone's video. And on your next show, you can show them what you saw.
That's right.
Got you.
That's right.
Got you.
Promotion.
We'll give you a full tour. We're going to give you a full deal. And you're going to come away. And on that show, when you're showing it, you got to wear the swag.
That's right.
That's what I do, man. I'm a model, man. That's what I do, man.
I see that.
I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much,
Safe travels to you, and God blessings to you and your family.
And safe travels to Vegas, buddy.
Appreciate y'all. Much love. God bless.
Have a good night. I love it.
Boy,
great dude, great energy.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's like that on the track
all
in his
the time,
pit.
huh?
I love it, man. I love it. Real quick, we do have 2 other guests we're going to ask to come on and join us on the stream real quick. But some major moves being made in NFL free agency. The big one that was made today, Tyreek Hill is on the move. And as they say, he's taking his talents to South Beach.
He's taking his talents to South Beach.
Yes.
Somebody else did that once before,
Mr.
right?
LeBron James.
You know what, Ball? And I've been saying this, I think right now the Raiders going to get the best end of this deal because they don't have to play Tyreek.
So explain how that's going to all work. So Tyreek Hill, he left the Kansas City Chiefs to join the Miami Dolphins, $120 million deal, I believe, for 5 years.
5 draft picks.
5 draft picks going to the Kansas City Chiefs. You think that this is actually going to play in the favor of the Las Vegas Raiders?
This year, because nobody knows how the draft pick really helps you years down the line.
Yes.
You get that then, like you might get a gem because they're gonna have a number 1, a number 2, a number 4 this year of Miami picks.
Yes.
So that's gonna probably help Holmes out down the line
Down the road.
pick
Okay.
But once you pay a quarterback, Holmes making $145 million, 145. What is it?
Plus.
He's getting $450 million for 10 years, so that's $45 million a year, right?
Yes.
Same with Aaron Rodgers. He getting $50 million for 4 years. They kind of got to give up some of them people that's making all that money.
Got to make some room.
And those guys saying, trade us now because you can get something for us now as opposed to keeping us and losing us in free agency.
Yes. Well, the Raiders, they also picked up a huge
that's why I think it's going to help the Raiders.
A gym as well, Devontae Adams.
That's why I think it's going to help the Raiders this year.
He's joining the Las Vegas Raiders. Excited to be here. They held a big press conference with him yesterday. I mean, I think that's good. I mean, the Raiders, they're looking up and up. I know you're not a big fan of them, but I think they are making some great moves.
If Carr can step up a lot of people don't like Kerr. I think he's very serviceable.
I think he has some help
but you
now.
get him in there.
Yes.
He ain't going to be as bad as everybody think. You watch.
You know, they played together in college, so they're reconnecting again.
They got some good defense going. Yeah. I mean, the works.
Listen, don't sleep on my Las Vegas Raiders. On the other hand, my Steelers, we're giving up everything. Just everybody can leave the organization. Juju, he's gone. James Washington, he's gone.
But you did get Trubisky. You did good.
Okay, well, is that okay?
Come on, Val.
On that note, we're gonna welcome our next guest. The champs are in the building. The champ is here.
You sit over here, okay?
The champ is here. We're gonna welcome to No Plays Off Sports Talk episode 78. The head coach and the 4A coach of the year. I call her Kiki because Kev, I know you say everybody's my fan, but it is my fan, man. Coach Kiki Parks is in the building. What's up, ladies? How you doing?
Doing well. Doing well. Happy to be here.
Let's see. You got to pick that energy up. Champs, we talk loud and proud. We talk right into the mic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here.
Happy to be here. You brought a couple of your players along with you as well?
Yes.
Who you got? Introduce them.
We got Tiara Hill-Brown here. This is our senior, and we have Sarah Upshaw here. This is our upcoming senior, junior now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So officially 4A state champions, and you also won Coach of the Year. Take us back to that feeling and how to hear that final buzzer go off and know that everything that you and your ladies worked for actually paid off and the mission was complete.
Just exciting. Exciting experience to be there, just to enjoy the atmosphere, even having the teams there before us and coming in and looking at all the fans out there. And I think it was a shocker for our girls too. Some of the girls aren't used to seeing a lot of fans out there. So, them coming in and walking into a gym that looked like that on both sides, fans being out there, family, staff, it was just exciting experience. I'm ready for more.
Listen, they say you are doomed to possibly repeat.
I hope so.
Kev say that's always very difficult for a team to repeat a champion. But, I mean, you ladies are in tune. I mean, you worked very hard. I know COVID took seasons away from you, but you came back with a vengeance and the mission was done. I want to talk to your players and take us back to that feeling. I got a chance to actually see you guys play both games. I mean, you guys... Listen, the defense that you guys stepped up with, I mean, it was on. And, I mean, I think you held them to, under double digits in this first half, right?
Absolutely.
What was that like experiencing your first championship? You all made history as the first official champions of Clark High School.
It was a lot.
It was live, huh?
The beginning, of course, we struggled so finally seeing us see things go through and less for them, that it really settled in, and try not to get too happy, even though we kind of knew we had it, but it was unbelievable. Yes.
Sarah, now are you a sophomore?
I'm a junior.
You a junior, okay. So take us, what was that feeling for you to be able to experience winning your championship in high school? A lot of people can't say that.
Yeah. So for me,
just talking to the mic.
We've been talking about this since I've been here my freshman year. So just to see it actually start to happen was really cool.
Yeah. So how inspirational and how motivating has Coach Clark been to you guys in your career and help you guys get over the adversity in regards to the getting over the hump? I know the semifinals game, you guys were down and you came back and pulled out the win. How great has she been to you all in regards to developing your guys' game?
I feel like she's prepared us for all of it. Just having her on the sideline too, and everything she tells us, she'll crack a joke here and there, keep our spirits up, it definitely helped, especially that last game. We were all nervous and stuck, and as you can see by the way the score was, we were definitely struggling, and her spirits were high, kept our spirits high, and then came back in a whole different attitude. So yeah, it definitely helps.
So what did she say difference to you all at halftime to make you guys turn it up? Because like you said, you were struggling. The game was kind of slow. I was shaking my head like, this may not go the way I wanted. What message did she give to you guys, Sarah, at halftime that kind of lit a fire under you guys a little bit?
She was just you just got to fight. And also, I think something that she always preached to us, body language. I think her body language was pretty calm. Smiling the whole time. It was kind of weird.
How do you take it serious, huh?
It was kind of weird, but it was
fun.
It was cool. So, Coach, I want to ask you, what message do you want to send to Las Vegas in regards to changing the culture over at Clark High School in regards to women's basketball?
Just, what I like to implement over there at Clark High School, or just in general for the youth of the city. I'm from here. I was born and raised here. I graduated out of high school in 2008, and AAU wasn't really stirred up yet. It was just a lot of athletes that were at a lot of the high schools, that I watched. A lot of girls that are still playing overseas now, or even like Lindy. I watched her play. I think Lindy might have graduated the same year as me. But just changing the culture, setting these girls up, because, I went off and played college ball, but I was hard-headed. Couldn't get it.
You hear that, ladies? Don't be hard-headed.
Couldn't get it. And I wasn't a bad kid, but I was just a kid where you couldn't really tell me, I was going to make my own decisions.
You had to be humbled.
Absolutely. And those experiences definitely humbled me. And for me, it's just coming back and giving that to, the youth and showing them, you can go off to college, and college is, number one goal is getting your education, going out there, getting that education, taking that, that free ride for most athletes, or some of the athletes that will get that percentage to go off to the next level and better themselves, even if it's a, college education, or if it's the next level, just getting girls off to school, building a program, changing the culture, and that's just not for my kids at Clark High School. I see kids that I might, face when I'm playing different high schools, and maybe I've worked with them over the summer. It's all love. It's for everybody in the city.
So you talk about your name being in the same conversation as local coaches like Karen White's. You were named Coach of the Year. What was that feeling when you got the notification that you were the 4A Girls Basketball Coach of the Year?
Humbling, and I'm just grateful. I'm blessed. I tell my mom often, and my brother, they're my biggest supporters, just that this is God's work, and
yes,
just getting back in and giving back, and it's a great feeling to be mentioned with the greats, some of these high schools that are out there, really setting that tone to have, Karen's been setting that tone since I've been in high school.
You and me both.
Yeah, I remember watching her, and now I kind of watch her a little bit differently. I watch her, from a coach perspective, but it's cool. It's all a great experience right now.
So you ladies being here, and we talked about Lindy LaRock and UNLV. How motivating is that for you ladies to see how great the UNLV Lady Rebels did? And does that motivate you to maybe get to the next level, to get some interest from UNLV? Has that made you want to work harder?
Well, they're going to be my competition.
Okay.
I signed with Utah State.
Okay. Go Aggies. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely get a firsthand experience of who I'm going to be playing against next year.
Okay.
So that's exciting to see, and just seeing how the next level is, seeing if I can really play at that level. And it's just cool to see firsthand at around the corner, right in town. Easy to see. So, yeah.
So how proud does it make you feel to know that Utah State was involved in the tournaments? Does that do anything different for you? Does that make you think like, I got to go get some shots up right now? Free throws. There have been so many free throws missed in this entire tournament. OMG, you got to make your free throws. But does that make you want to do anything different in regards to your preparation for your game?
Yeah, but it's more of me making sure I do what I need to do when I get there.
Gotcha.
And making sure I'm consistent with that, because one of their games they went 8 for 8 from free throw line.
Okay.
But they made all their free throws, so definitely seeing that I was like,
yeah.
definitely want to get more consistent on that, to just be able to come in and give them what they're already getting and more. So,
yeah. Sarah, for you, does that motivate you to want to do anything different, to maybe stay home and represent Las Vegas with the Rebels?
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I would love that. Sequoia actually went to UNLV.
Yeah, she did. Sequoia Holmes.
So that'd be really cool.
That's cool. Yeah. It's always cool to know that you're born and raised in Las Vegas and you can play and be on a good team. I mean, they had a successful season. So, again, kudos going out to Coach Lindy LaRock, and had so many players here locally, Desiree Young, Essence Booker, and Justice Etheridge. So many players from Las Vegas that actually represented the team. I don't know if you're following ladies basketball right now, but if you can have a pick to say who's going to win the tournament.
I'm Well, I'm from Northern California, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with Stanford.
Oh, okay.
Just the home team, I guess you can say.
All right,
Yeah.
Stanford. All right. Sarah, if you can pick a team, who you think's going to win the tournament?
I'll go for UConn.
UConn. You're a UConn girl, huh? Shouts out to UConn, man. UCF gave them a run for their money their last game. Some of those questionable calls from the refs, I was like throwing my pen at the TV like, are you kidding me? You just give the game to UConn. Coach, if you can say who's going to win the tournament, who would you roll with?
Man, I'm hometown, man. But I probably have to say UConn too.
UConn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to say for all of you, will not be UConn. It will be South Carolina.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
I like South Carolina
you know.
too, though. I like South Carolina.
Well, ladies, congratulations to you. We just want to bring you on to the show and show you all some love and give you your flowers. You guys work very hard. I don't know what your entire record was over the season, but I believe you were undefeated in conference play, right?
Absolutely. We went 17-3.
Nice.
And 13-0.
That's
season.
dope.
Yeah, hit a lot of marks. History for us over at Clark that hasn't been done over there. So it was great to experience that with my little babies that are leaving me. You know, but great experience.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you ladies, and definitely here at No Plays All Sports Talk, I was a fan of it from the jump. I got a chance to catch a couple of your games, and when I seen you in the playoffs, I'm like, oh, they gonna pull it out. I was over there throwing upset tantrums too. I was looking at Coach like she was walking that sideline. I'm like, Coach, what we gonna do here? But again, congratulations to you all. We wish you the best of luck at Utah State. I don't know if we can cheer. Yeah, we can cheer for you. You're a hometown product. We can cheer for you. Best of luck to you. All right.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Kev, you want to join us back in? We'll talk real quick. Some more sports. That's always a good thing, and we can, give praise report to our young ladies, man, and we're doing some positive things. They can always be doing something different. So kudos going out to our Clark Chargers. And when we talk about sports and doing the right thing, shouts out to Adidas, man. They're changing the game with this NIL thing, man. They said they're going to be offering up to 500 students NIL deals to be a representation of the Adidas brand. 109 universities are going to be represented with this new Adidas deal. That's huge.
Yeah, I hate to change the subject real quick, Ballin, but Coach of the Year?
Money. Money.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I just think that's dope, man. They become the first major sports brand to create a program to pay college athletes. So I think that's huge.
And I think they should.
For
they
sure.
Very well.
Well
they
overdue.
should get money, and just like the coaches get all that money.
The money.
Don't get me started on that ball.
I know you. Yeah. I know that's a sore spot for you.
It's a sore spot.
I know that's a sore spot.
They very well should.
Great news for Brooklyn Nets fans. They are expected to make changes to the New York vaccine mandate coming tomorrow, Thursday. So we may get a chance to see Kyrie Irving playing some home games for the Brooklyn Nets as early as next week.
Well, they better hurry up because they just lost to the Grizzlies without Ja Morant. Without Ja Morant. So they better hurry up and get him in there. Who?
Ja Morant, he's back.
Kyrie played.
That's
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Kyrie played.
Okay.
And they got their
still
tails
got
whooped.
beat down,
so they could probably
still got
win
his
some
chest.
games at home with him, Actually,
be all right.
last time he played, I think he hit, 60?
Yeah, he went for 60 piece.
Yeah, last time he played.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he might be well rested now. This game, he probably should have got 60.
He should be. Some great news to report about Brittany Griner. She finally had a chance to meet with U.S. representatives.
Say she looked good.
They say she's doing good.
Yeah.
She's in good spirits. So we're going to continue to send positive energy
my
to that
best to
entire
follow
situation.
This balling as much as I can.
It's just heartbreaking. It's tough.
Because I don't think we're doing enough.
It's tough.
The U.S. I don't think USA is doing enough to get over there and get that girl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just don't think they are. And I know it's a lot of red tape that you got to go through.
Sure.
It's a lot of diplomatic stuff that need to be done. But I just think we need to send Rambo in.
Put some
out.
more pressure.
Yeah.
For sure. Apply that pressure. NCAA tournament, our men's, the Sweet 16. Got to show some love to Las Vegas' very own, man. Frankie Collins, who plays for the University of Michigan, man. Stepped in. The starting point guard was out on concussion protocols. Frankie stepped in and did exactly what he was supposed to do. He led his team. You don't always have to have the best score, like the stat line, but he stepped in the role. He knew his job, and shouts out to Michigan, man. They're on to the Sweet 16.
They are balling. I hate to do this. I hate to.
Oh, geez.
I don't think they're going to the Elite Eight.
So they're playing number 2 Villanova.
Yeah, I think Villanova's just
You think
too much
Villanova's
for
gonna
them.
get them, huh?
And I'll go back to the slap or whatever you call it, the punch, whatever it was.
But that turned into a great story. Of course, Juwan Howard, he was consoling the Michigan,
You see
the
that?
Tennessee player.
I love that.
That was huge.
I
So
love
that
that.
turned into a positive for him.
But I go back to that. The reason why I thought part of that came out because they lost. So I don't think I think Villanova might have a little bit too much for them. I hate to do it. I like to see them win.
Yeah, of course.
If Michigan
Of course.
win, I would love it. But I just think Villanova got a little too
So
much.
let's just talk about the Sweet 16. You got number one overall seeded Gonzaga taking on Arkansas. Shouts out to Julian Strother, who is a graduate of Liberty High School. His entire family are ballers, man. His
Gonzaga,
sister played for UNLV, but he's also having a great season as well. He stepped in his great leadership role. So I believe Gonzaga will take down Arkansas.
Yeah, I was listening to the guys last night on Let the Ball Bounce, and one of them was saying, I can't remember who it was, that he knew.
Oh, Bill.
He played,
yes.
was it Bill? And he played ball with his dad, and he kind of told him that story. It was a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Julian, like I said, that entire family, they are ballers. His sister played for UNLV, had a great career. So I'm not surprised that he's having some success over there at Gonzaga. So Gonzaga, I believe they'll take down Arkansas. Then you have Texas Tech versus Duke. Will Duke be dethroned? Do you think
so.
Texas Tech will
I
advance?
hope so bad. I don't want this to be about
Coach K. Yeah.
I don't want this whole season to be about Coach K.
All
So
right.
please beat him so
We'll
we can
take-
stop talking about Coach K.
Then you got North Carolina at UCLA. I think North Carolina was a little bit too much for UCLA.
Yeah, I think UCLA is out. I just do. I don't think. Sometimes in this tournament,
They play in spurts.
yeah, and sometimes in this tournament you get lucky, you get hot.
Yeah.
Because some teams shouldn't even been in there. They kind of got to play in, to get it right.
Yeah.
But I think it's time now for the big boys to step up. I don't think you have any more upsets.
Well,
coming.
I don't. We'll see. I'm rooting for St. Peter's. We'll see what
I like
they
to
do.
see St. Peter's
we'll
win.
see if they can continue
Do
their
that little Cinderella- yeah,
story.
yeah, I like to see that.
I hope Arizona goes down against Houston because I'm upset that they beat TCU because I was pulling for Chuck
please.
O'Bannon when he shot that 3-pointer. Of course, he is a Las Vegas native. I mean, he has Las Vegas ties as well. When that shot didn't go down, I was like, oh, so I was upset that Arizona knocked off TCU.
Yeah,
but
I picked Arizona to go all the way.
Oh, you think Arizona's gonna take it?
I take.
Okay. All right.
So,
Well, I'll
sorry.
give you that. Speaking of Arizona, though, shouts out to Sam Thomas of the Arizona Wildcats who plays for the women's side. Man, a phenomenal season she had, and to see the success that she had with Arizona, her 4 years there, and the love that the entire Arizona community gave to her.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. So we want to give her flowers, her kudos here from Las Vegas. Of course, she's a graduate of Centennial High School. Kudos again going out to our UNLV
Yeah.
Lady Rebels,
and
man.
we went to the send off, and
We
we
did. It
we
was
didn't
great.
get
It was
enough time
great.
to talk about it.
No-
but we had a nice time out there
For sure. No
And
reason to
Coach-
hang their heads
Coach
at
LaRock,
all.
I mean, she is everything. I'm telling you, we said this last year,
Yeah.
right? Look at UNLV. Look out,
Oh, for
Lady
sure.
Running Rebels. They doing their thing.
Yes, they say the standard now is winning and there's nothing else. So they're on the right path. Again, kudos and congratulations going out to our UNLV Lady Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Are you inside the locker room tomorrow, sir?
I am inside the locker room at 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Rise Radio, the global station.
Got to send a huge happy birthday going out to my twin cousins, Eric and Alicia. They are celebrating their birthday today. So happy birthday to you all. I love you to life.
Happy birthday, Olivia.
Happy birthday, Olivia. Make sure you please share our live feed. Share. Give us some feedback on the show. You can email us, noplaysallsportstalk@gmail.com. Make sure you stay connected on all our social media platforms at No Plays All Sports Talk. And remember, what? We love you for absolutely free. Peace.
Deuces.